more creative, technical, or mentally stimulating. 13. I went into business for myself and became a boss, and I hated every minute of it. Never again will I be a boss or own a business, especially in this economy. Number 14, I hate my career. I hate it. There are a million things I wish I would have done, but specifically, I don't think I would have been capable of them at 18. For the most part, I think I made the best choice I could have made given who I was and what I was like back then. So I've mostly come to terms with my career field at this point. My biggest regret is staying in a toxic job as long as I did.
You know the feeling. You've written your first draft for an important writing assignment, and you're ready to get it past the finish line, but you just aren't sure how. I open Grammarly and select the text that I think could be improved. I then ask Grammarly to give
15. I wish I hadn't taken my first job out of graduate school. It was abusive as F. Psychopathic management, and that job ruined my health in ways that I have to deal with for the rest of my life. I was caught up in competing with peers from school, and I felt like I needed to stick with this job because it was the only thing I got after graduation. I should have had higher standards for myself and how I wanted to be treated, but also gentler with how I feel and with how I feel like I need to meet certain benchmarks in life to be successful. And finally, this user shared how important it is to check on yourself and not let the thought of forever fool you. My regret is thinking I need to decide on a forever career. It only makes me feel constantly dissatisfied, and it's such a big thing to figure out. Now I view it as, what can I do in the short to medium term? What supports my life goals and priorities? I reevaluate occasionally. Do I need to change? How big of a change? Can I talk to other people who do other jobs to see what I might be able to work towards? This also ensures that I stay open to opportunities that I wouldn't have ever thought of. There are so many jobs I didn't know existed when I graduated from university, and I continue to learn about new ones. Who knows where I'll end up? If you're 30 plus and want to share your experience or advice that you have when it comes to career regrets, feel free to share your story in the comments. So, women fought to go to work, and while some women do get fulfillment out of their careers, what I would argue is that a lot of women did not realize how hard a lot of the careers are and how long forever is. And in the industries where women don't benefit off of beauty, it can be very difficult, like engineering, education. But what's amazing to me is there's no articles like this for the man's jobs that are much more difficult and grueling. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I mean, it's really funny because I'm over here like, I don't think things are on the same level, but things impact you in like bizarre ways. But yeah, like because the perpetrator.
Yeah, so if she's crying, I automatically go up like tenfold that she's lying. All right, so I didn't know Sydney Watson had a Me Too video, so I was gonna watch it and see how much I think she's lying. Maybe I'll believe it. So I wanted to see. She said, "What I blame him, not men. What I learned from being."
Hey, what's up? Like the video, share it with your friends.
I ain't gonna lie. This is gonna be a weird video. Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to my channel. So I hope you're all enjoying your forced quarantine. I know I am. It's basically becoming the equivalent of Castaway, except rather than Wilson and an island, I have my house and annoying neighbors. So really, it's nothing like Castaway. Now, I asked everyone on Instagram if they wanted to see any more.
What's up, guys? Like the video, leave a comment, share it with your friends.
You guys said no. But a large portion of folks did tell me that they like hearing stories and anecdotes about my life, so I guess here we are. And what we're about
What's up, guys? Leave a comment.
Like
the video. Make sure you like it and subscribe, because I'm gonna I try to go on as much as I can.
Being stuck alone in my house while the apocalypse is happening outside has finally given me the opportunity. So let's talk about gender relations and how not to be bitter and psycho. Hell yeah. Radical feminism is unquestionably responsible for a lot lot of anti-male sentiments. But for every fembot who has said that all men are rapists and pigs, there are men on the other side who think that all women are resource-stealing baby factories. I would know. I've watched anti-Sydney videos, and they genuinely terrify me. When I say Sydney, I mean me, not the city.
Hi, I'm Brett.
And I'm Jonathan.
This is Darla.
And this is Bert.
What's up, you guys?
Although
Leave a
that scene
comment.
also is terrifying.
Like
But for
the
the
video.
most part, when you sit back and start to observe what drives some of these narratives, you start to see a pattern. On the surface, a lot of these ideas appear to be grounded in pain, or at least in the repeated
Now she's going to the typical.
For the like, I
you.
appreciate it.
personal negative experiences with the opposite gender, or even growing up in a
Share
society
it
that
with your
reinforces
friends.
ideas that lead us to resenting one another. It's almost like pitting your kids against each other when it comes to sports or music or something, or drawing between them constant unhelpful comparisons that cause them to grow up all twisted and angry, versa, except, you know, with women dating men. And this doesn't just happen exclusively in relationships. The resentment can grow from basically any interaction between the sexes. And some of those interactions are more nefarious than others, but ultimately, they result in the same twisted disdain that we see play out from both sides. A couple years ago, for example, a male friend of mine was Me Too'd. He told me recently that that has had such an impact on him that he's now too uncomfortable and cynical to even be in any romantic situation with a woman. On the other side, I have female friends who've been sexually assaulted, or who've had repeated negative sexual experiences with men, and now have this irreversible resentment and hatred towards them.
What's up, you guys? Like the video.
People who act
Share it.
horrible because
Wow.
they are horrible. Like serial killers, or people who abuse animals, or Hillary Clinton, and Bill Clinton, and Harvey Weinstein. Thank you, Sydney. We get the picture. Now, all of that being said, it is possible to be damaged and scarred and still manage to not completely despise the opposite gender. And I know this on a personal level, which is what we're going to talk about today. So we're about to have a pity party. I love parties, especially now that I know you can distill men's tears into alcohol.
She's got crazy eyes.
In the last little while, I participated in a video for a YouTube channel called Jubilee. The video was about the Me Too movement, and towards the end of it, much to my absolute horror, I got a little choked up discussing something that happened a few years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's really funny because I'm over here, like, I don't think things are on the same level, but things impact you in, like, bizarre ways. But yeah, like, because the perpetrator...
Yeah, so if she's crying, I automatically go up like tenfold that she's lying. As most of you know, I have been fighting on the front lines of the simp epidemic for years, but I need to tell you about a quiet weapon being ratcheted up against men that is rarely talked about. It's not just the relentless anti-masculinity propaganda and OnlyFans hoes causing the societal issues that we discuss on this show. Did you know that the average city's tap water contains trace pharmaceuticals and endocrine disruptors? This often includes estrogen from birth control. The average adult consumes a credit card worth of plastic every single week. That's 5 grams of plastic a week on average. So it's no wonder that the average male's testosterone is of what the average was 50 years ago. Testosterone levels decline 1% a year, and without a course correction, we are headed towards extinction. No matter how based you are, you need to be naturally boosting your testosterone. My friends at Chalk, CHOQ.com, are on a mission to save mankind from extinction by boosting your vitality. Chalk's Male Vitality Stat contains premium and potent herbs clinically studied to naturally boost your testosterone levels, sperm count, and overall vitality. Just one of the many ingredients in the Male Vitality Stat or attractive subconsciously. Let me see. Get to what happened, Sydney.
He wasn't white, and because he was like, you know, part of like a certain religion, and the police were basically just like, we can't because of cultural differences, which I don't feel like is such a great reason for like throwing something out.
In my defense, I was super jet lagged. I had literally just flown in from Australia the day before. I was super tired, clearly had poor emotional control. I was gonna have a pity party. There'd be more cake. Sydney, you can't just lure me into your videos with the promise of cake and then tell me that there's no cake. How am I supposed to be body positive if I'm not eating? Funnily enough, I'd actually discussed that specific event a couple years ago.
Okay, what happened?
On Australian national TV.
What happened?
And I didn't cry once. And honestly, it's such a bizarre story that I'm even a little bit embarrassed to repeat it.
Maybe I'll believe it. Come on.
But basically, in essence, I was sexually assaulted or indecently assaulted on a flight a number of years ago, which sounds completely ridiculous to absolutely everyone, but is actually much more common than you think, with other women around the world reporting similar stories. The problem with my case specifically was that, despite going to police in Australia, they essentially told me that the man would be let off because of cultural differences.
What did he do? I need specifics.
Would this make you buy a Ridge wallet? Two people.
Thank you for liking the video, guys. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Or $100,000? Hold on. Let me explain. This is Daniel.
Because some cultures around the world think it's okay to disrespect and hurt women, and apparently Australia's fine with that. Initially, I felt cheated, and then I felt angry, and then I wasn't just angry at men, but I was angry at everyone. Events like that have a profound impact on how you feel about the world and everyone in it. And to be clear, I am not saying for a second that my experience was the most horrific one out there. In fact, I know there are people out there, men and women, who've been through much, much worse. And while I'm definitely not into the idea of creating a hierarchy of who has suffered more, it's pretty clear.
Okay, I need specifics. What happened? Oh wait, okay, I might have skipped too much. Okay, sorry. Sometimes women, I'm like, get to the point.
Worse. And while I'm definitely not into the idea of creating a hierarchy of who has suffered more, it's pretty clear that traumatic
Thank you for the super chat, roulette wheel.
events affect everyone differently. But for me personally, I went through a very bizarre and unfortunate situation on a plane, landed in a foreign country, and then found that my second flight was grounded for 24 hours, which was pretty traumatic on top of everything that had already happened, because it was really the first time that I was traveling on my own. And when I eventually got where I was going, which was France, I ended up getting very sick, losing about 10 kilos, tapping out, and flying home. It wasn't the best time of my life, I'll be honest. Frankly, that was about enough adventuring for me, but in true Sydney style, I went and made things worse. Because about a month later, feeling pretty sad and sorry for myself and just wanting someone to lean on, I went and poured myself into a majorly abusive relationship that went on for almost 2 years. You know when you look back...
That one, I might believe the plane. I'm 50-50 on the plane. Don't believe the abusive relationship. 2 years, why did you leave?
Back on really terrible relationships, and you now wishes that you could talk to you then and just be like, this is one of those, but you know, hindsight is
She loved him.
2020. Do you get it? It's 2020. No, Sydney, we get it. It's just not funny. That relationship was miserable. And over the years, I've really considered my role and my culpability in it all. I feel like a lot of people can relate.
Is she gonna say she hit him and was also abusive, or is she gonna say she just gives too much or something to that effect?
To the doubt that starts to seep in after you've had years to consider the part that you played in events that negatively impacted you. To this day, there are things that happen that I still can't get past. Things I can't talk about and will probably never talk about because I'm ashamed and embarrassed. I spent almost 2 years in a situation that was controlling and physically and emotionally abusive. And when we eventually broke up, he harassed me so much that I decided to move to the UK.
You gotta
Because
be
when
fucking
in
kidding me,
doubt,
bro.
move away. To England, where people think exercising is going on a run to the pub. And you get to see all this Roman history that you just won't appreciate at the time. Because you're dumb. Oh, Sydney, that looks like a fun thing to sit on. How did you not know that this is an insanely impressive historical landmark? At the time, moving was absolutely the right thing to do. I needed to get out of my environment because I could feel myself sinking into that depression sludge, where I was driving...
Okay, I don't really believe it. Yeah, I mean, you gotta get to the point, Sydney. Alright, so, oh my gosh, that got 700, almost 1 million views. Women, we don't have to do anything to get views. I was thinking how bad the video was the whole time.
Get different channel lineups for every TV lover in your household in one place. Keep everyone happy with up to 6 accounts. YouTube TV. Try it free. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
clean deodorant keeps you smelling divine for 72 hours.
So to start today, I want to have a section of the show dedicated to media brainwashing and catering towards women, right? So let's talk about female fantasies. When you think of movies that are catered to women, I think of Titanic, I think of The Notebook, I think of Scandal is another one. And when you look at the videos and the movies that are popular amongst women, 50 Shades of Grey, right? You can come to conclusions about female nature. The same way you can come to conclusions about male nature by the videos that go viral amongst men. James Bond, there's hot women, big boobs, skinny, attractive, and it's a guy going on an adventure. Same thing with Transformers, right? Cars, guy going on an adventure, hot woman. You can gather some things. Now, I want to first talk about The Notebook. So The Notebook is a movie that resonated with women across America. And what happened was there was a woman named Rachel who had her summer love in high school. And she falls in love with this boy. And this is them together. So let me show you.
After that night, Allie and Noah spent every waking hour together. And soon, they were inseparable. That's really nice. Here we go on the count three, okay? Really? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Get in the water! Get in! Maybe we can get in the water! They didn't agree on much. In fact, they rarely agreed on anything. They fought all the time. And they challenged each other every day.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah, so remember, this is exciting to us. I don't know what it is about the female psychology, right? But the on again, off again, the toxic, it's very exciting. So it's a young love, they're fighting, but they're in love, yada, yada. Okay. Now, we continue and they break up. And so this is the breakup scene. So they're in high school and they graduate and now they're breaking up.
Hey, sorry. I don't even know what to say.
Oh, shit.
Let go.
What do you got?
Think about some stuff.
What do you got to think about? Come here. Talk to me. Talk to me.
About what? You're going away. You're leaving. I'm staying here. And I'm so happy that you're doing that.
So again, it's the modern woman fantasy, right? Leave, she could pursue a family, but the fantasy in a lot of these movies is the woman pursuing whatever dream she has. So this girl wants to be an actress.
You're going to have a million things to do. You've got so much ahead of you. It's true. I'm not going to have nice things, fancy things. It's never going to happen for me. It's not in the cards for me.
I don't have to go to school.
Yes, you
I
do.
can stay here.
No. You see, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
And you can come with me.
To New York?
Yes.
What am I going to do in New York?
You with me?
We don't have to figure out what's out. Finish up summer and see what happens.
See?
I'm saying we see how it goes later. All right, so let's go.
See, please don't do this. You don't mean it. Oh, how are you going to do it? Why would you do the summer end? Why didn't you just do it right now? Oh, come on. Do it. Do it. Do it. Don't. Okay, don't touch me. I hate you. I hate you. I don't.
Grammarly is an AI tool that goes way beyond spelling and grammar. It helps with the entire writing process, from brainstorming to editing. It'll generate a handful of topics in seconds, completely for free. As a reminder, we're not using this to write our paper for us, but it's simply giving us that started. I like this first one right here, so let's go ahead and choose that. And then the next step is finding sources, but that can get very time consuming. Thankfully, Grammarly can even summarize articles, so we can extract the main points and weave them into our writing with ease. It'll never write your essay for you, but rather steer you on the right path and polish your ideas. For example, with Grammarly Pro, we can rewrite run-on sentences to make them more clear, and we can also replace overused words so we don't sound repetitive. And if you're worried about using AI in school, side, there's a plagiarism and AI detector as well. They even have Grammarly authorship, which helps shows how much of your essay is AI typed, human written, or AI assisted, so you can have a transparent conversation with your professor. Grammarly is a must-have for all students.
I didn't believe I'd ever lose those last few pounds until I stepped on the scale. Factor is my favorite hack for losing weight sustainably with restaurant quality food. Chef-made meals take the guesswork out of eating.
So obviously, she's assaulting him, no one bats an eye as usual. Okay, so next, she goes off to New York. She becomes this actress. I think she's a nurse at one point. I don't know, who cares? Now, she continues to follow her dreams, and she meets another guy. And again, it's the same story, just in a different way. This guy is the safe guy. So she went out, she lived her dreams, and she found, Mr. Right, Mr. Prince Charming.
Hey, Allie, I think you have to marry me. I think you need to marry me. Yes, you do. Because if you do, your parents will always know the unhappiness that you feel, but not the relief.
I think you have overlooked one minor detail.
What's that?
Well, see, you have to get the permission first. I think you may have overestimated that permission.
Is that right? Oh, I don't think so. Oh, because I asked him already, I said yes.
What?
One more thing. I love you. Marry me. I know after that I had crazy about you.
I mean, he even looks like the guy in Titanic, right? And it's the same thing. Rich, wealthy man, a good looking, nice ring.
They get happy going on.
And boom, they're getting married.
Seriously, I'd like everyone here to know that this young lady and I are getting married.
She hasn't challenged them. She is still in love with the ex, just like the woman in Titanic, right? When women get a guy on a certain level, and by the way, each woman is different. Some women like the drug dealers, right? Their dream guy is some thug down the street. I don't know. Other women, maybe they like the farmers. So their dream guy is the archetype in this one, which is he's kind of like a farmer type of guy. Other women, it depends on the woman, right? But there's a reason this stuff blows up for women, because they resonate. It resonates with many women. Now, Rachel's getting all excited to get married until one day she sees her ex-boyfriend in the newspaper. So look at her. Are you kidding me?
So good time. See, I'm a citizen. It's gonna be so good.
So she fainted. She saw the ex-boyfriend. And this is a challenge today, right? Because in the old days, before social media, the women could, maybe they would date the sailor or whatever the bad boy was in their time. I get really tired of women of the past acting like they were that different. It was the same thing. There's that woman that goes around on these different college campuses saying that she used to be a whore. I forgot her name, but the one with the gray hair. And she's like, I was a whore in college. She's saying that same stuff was going on in the 70s that it was today. Right? But the thing is, again, even older women, they use this plausible deniability. It wasn't like that when I was young. Anyway, so the difference was social media exacerbated it, right? So social media, before the women could date the guy and, she'd kind of forget because she'd never see him again. But now our exes are at the click of a button. It takes 2 seconds to check in. So that makes this problem worse. Yeah, so now she's thinking, I miss him so much. But what do I do? And you gotta think from the woman's point of view. You know, she's got love, she's got money. What does she pick? She goes back and cheats on her husband. Have you noticed how all of the female fantasy movies are women cheating? Titanic, she's cheating. I mean, 50 Shades of Grey, I guess she's not cheating, but it's the same female fantasy. This hot guy with an emotional side, but this, you know, doing all the BDSM, you know. I mean, that book was one of the most popular books ever amongst women. And this is one of the most
Son
popular
of a
movies ever.
fucking bitch.
So it shows you the female struggle, which is I need security for the rest of my life. I need security for children. And but I'm more attracted to these other type of guys. So they hook up, right? And this is the fight they have because she's trying to decide whether to go back to her husband or her fiance or stay with the ex-boyfriend.
I see that, my love. I don't know what are you gonna do. We're back to that. Are we back there? What about the past couple of days? They happen, you know?
They happen and they
Can pink salt really help you slim down while you sleep? I tried it, and here's what happened. Ladies, listen up. The video showing the pink salt trick that melts belly fat while you sleep has already passed 21 million views on TikTok. Want to see how simple it is to make? I'll show you right now. Honestly, I don't want to sound rude, but I'm done repeating this.
Oh, bro.
This is the last time I'm sharing it here. The truth is, if you've been using salt and ice once a
Shut the
week
fuck
and
up,
still...
bro. All right, guys, I gotta go. But thank you so much for joining me today.
So you